What I've got in the rifle rest today is a Savage Arms Springfield 120A. This is a single shot 22 rifle that is a bolt action and has a plunger. The equivalent today, I think there's a cricket rifle that's specifically for youth shooters. And these rifles may have been too, but the stock on this rifle is a full-length stock. It is not a youth stock. This was one of the first rifles I ever shot. It was not the first 22 rifle I ever shot, even though it was the only 22 rifle in our house when I was growing up. Now this specific rifle does not have a loading ramp in there, so whenever you load ammo into this rifle, you do have to stick it directly in the chamber, which kind of is annoying because, I mean, it's not all the time that your fingers are able to get in there into tight spaces. Especially when it gets hot, your finger gets sweaty, it's easy to drop this ammunition. Another thing with this rifle is the way my dad had this configured, he had an old school red dot mounted on the top of it. But whenever I got this rifle from him, I wanted to go back to the traditional iron sights. So I ordered replacement irons off of the internet, and for whatever reason, this rifle, for me, with irons, has always shot high. Even when you take the leveling blade all the way out, this rifle still shoots high. So we're going to try to show that today. Now with a scope on this rifle, it's fine, and I have shot it scoped. That scope is now on my Marlin Model 60, my semi-auto. But right now I've got a couple squirrel targets set up at 30 yards. And then at about 45 yards, I've got some clay pigeon targets. And we're gonna try and hit them. And if I have to sort of aim at the point I think the rifle's gonna shoot instead of aiming at the target itself, we'll do some experimenting, see what we can do. Stick around. Now I've zoomed in a little bit here so you can kind of see what I mean. There's no feed ramp. Some of the single shot rifles that you'll see today have a little feed ramp that helps guide these bullets in. So you can just kind of set them in the opening here and use the bolt to chamber them. These you do have to kind of put in yourself, and it's not that big of a deal. Now again, we're going to be testing the accuracy of the rifle more so than where the rifle is going to hit on paper, because I know it's going to hit high, but we're just going to see what the groups look like on the top squirrel target that we have placed up there. After we do that, we'll see if we can hit any of the clays back behind. So let's take a look. Oh, already got that one looked. So we'll launch 3 down there. I'm going to try to aim in the same spot each time, which right now I'm sort of aiming at a 6 o'clock hold on the top squirrel. So my bead is right at its feet. All right, last one. All right, we'll leave it on an empty, go down range and see how we did. So at 30 yards using iron sights, it's really not a terrible group out of that gun. Like I said, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the barrel. There's nothing wrong like that. It's just that the point of aim was this rock. And that's a big deviation. And this is at the rifle's lowest setting, the iron sight's lowest setting. But with a scope on it, it's very easy to get it on target. Okay, so we're going to try our best to hit some in this center circle, even if I have to aim at the bottom of this piece of paper to do it. All right, now that we're back behind the bench, I'm going to shoot 8 or so inches below it. So let's try it out. Let's see what we can get. Grab a couple more. Okay, so aiming, like I said, about the midway up the bottom target, but directly under where I think it's going to hit. So let's go. All right, that last one might have gone a little higher. It didn't feel like a good trigger squeeze, but let's see where those hit. And I sort of overcompensated. My point of aim that time was right here, and it brought me here. So it looks like I have to aim for the center part on this squirrel in order to hit this squirrel. Let's do a few more shots, see what we can do, and then go off to the clays back here. And there is something about, you know, just single shot rifles make you slow down. Maybe that was the same point of aim. I got to talking and forgot where I was holding. And we'll throw an extra one down there for good measure. All right, last few, we'll go take a look. I knew I'd figure it out. So those are 3 right there. Again, when my aim point was more of right here. So let's try to take it over to the clays. All right, let's try to go for the clays. We're gonna try to go from right to left. And this may take a few shots. So let's see. Yep, have no idea where it went. Man, oh man, shouldn't be that hard, they're only 45 yards down. Let's try to aim even lower. There we go. Man, oh man. So I was aiming probably, if you're doing distance-wise, like 5 feet closer straight at the ground for it to hit that. So again, guys, this has been the Savage Arms Springfield 120A. This is it's a consistent little gun, even though for mine, at least, it shoots about a foot over what you're aiming it at the rear sight's lowest elevation. Thanks again for stopping by, and hope to have more content for you very soon. Don't forget to subscribe and also follow on Instagram so you can keep up with some behind the scenes shots of what you see in these videos here, as well as just more content featuring stuff that I do. Thanks for stopping by.